Did you ever wonder how Africa's economic landscape has transformed over the years? Hold on to that thought. Today, we're diving deep into the captivating story of Africa's economic evolution from the mid-20th century to the present day. As we journey through time, we'll be focusing on gross domestic product or GDP, a critical indicator that gives us a snapshot of a country's economic health. It's a measure of the market value of all the finished goods and services produced within a country's borders in a specific time period. It's like a scoreboard at a soccer game that keeps track of the country's economic performance. And just like a thrilling game, countries climb and descend this economic ladder, each with their own defining moments, symbolized by the flying of their national flags. So, buckle up as we embark on a riveting economic journey across the African continent. The 1950s and 60s marked the dawn of independence for many African nations, but how did their economies fare during this period? As the winds of change swept across the continent, the gross domestic product or GDP of these budding nations began to take shape. From the bustling bazaars of Morocco to the mineral-rich lands of South Africa, economic growth was afoot. In the north, Egypt saw a surge in its GDP thanks to the booming Suez Canal trade. Meanwhile, Nigeria, blessed with vast oil reserves, was steadily climbing the economic ladder. The 1950s also witnessed the rise of Ethiopia, as it leveraged its agricultural sector to bolster its economy. On the other hand, countries like Algeria and Ghana, despite their abundant resources, grappled with economic challenges. Fast forward to the 1960s, countries like Kenya and Tanzania began to emerge as significant players, with their economies growing at a steady pace. So as we can see, the dawn of independence brought with it a mixed bag of economic fortunes. Moving forward to the 1970s to 1990s, a period of significant change and challenges. Let's see how these decades impacted Africa's economic landscape. This era was marked by global economic shifts, and Africa was no exception. The top 20 African economies displayed a vibrant mix of rises and falls as they navigated through the complexities of these decades. During the 1970s, the oil boom propelled Nigeria and Algeria to the forefront. By the 1980s, however, the picture started to alter. With the effects of the global economic crisis, countries like Egypt and South Africa began to climb the ranks. As we moved into the 1990s, the landscape shifted again, with economies like Morocco and Tunisia making notable strides. The fluctuations were testament to the dynamic nature of Africa's economies. Each country showed a unique blend of resilience and adaptability, responding to both global and local pressures. Despite the hurdles, Africa's economic resilience was clearly visible during these decades. Entering the new millennium, Africa's economic landscape underwent a dramatic transformation. Let's delve into the data. At the dawn of the 2000s, we see countries like Nigeria, South Africa, and Egypt leading the pack. Their economies, fueled by rich natural resources and burgeoning industries, outpaced the rest. But the landscape was far from static. As we progress through the years, other nations begin to make their mark. Ethiopia and Ghana, for instance, make significant strides in the 2010s, their GDPs surging as they capitalize on sectors like agriculture and manufacturing. Fast forward to the present day, and it's clear that the economic powerhouses of Africa are more diverse than ever. From Algeria in the north to Botswana in the south, from Senegal in the west to Kenya in the east, countries across Africa have demonstrated impressive economic resilience and growth. The new millennium indeed marked a new chapter in Africa's economic story. So what does this economic tapestry of Africa tell us? The past 74 years have been a roller coaster of economic ups and downs for the African continent. Starting from the 1950s, we saw the emergence of economic powerhouses, each vying for the top spot. As we moved through the decades, some countries faltered while others soared, their national flags flying high to symbolize their economic victories. The 1970s to 1990s were particularly transformative, marking a period of significant economic growth and development. In the new millennium, we've witnessed even more dynamic shifts, underscoring the continent's resilience and potential. The digital readouts of GDP numbers racing alongside each country's performance painted a vivid picture of this journey. As we can see, Africa's economic journey is a testament to its resilience and potential. If you found this video interesting and wish to explore more such intriguing facts, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Until next time, keep exploring.